Hi, I'm Woodsman907. It's been a while since I did a video where I did any talking in it, but I don't think I've done one about the Pokemon. Like, I haven't done a whole stream just about the Pokemon before, so I'm a little bit nervous, kind of disorganized, but I really got to start talking about this stuff because it's starting to get a lot of views on my YouTube channel. And I'm at a good stopping point with the Kakarot stream. There's DLC coming out, and there's also a huge uh, graphics update coming out too. So all the stuff that I did record, I'll probably want to do that again eventually anyway. And oh, what else? Oh, and I did stop playing Demon Slayer because YouTube took those videos down from my channel. Uh, I might finish the game on uh, later, but I've been kind of preoccupied with YouTube and making these Pokemon videos, which do take a lot of time, actually. And that's why I really wanted to do this stream and start talking about it a little. I was just looking at my pictures on Google Photos because I take pictures of, been taking pictures of these sets as I get them, as they, as they get here. Uh, let me I'm gonna have to set it up on the OBS real quick. I can't see it. It's on the other screen. One second. Okay, so for this first video, first Pokemon video, I thought this would be a good place to start. Yeah, this is the new, this first one here is the new video that's on my YouTube channel. Oh no, that's something else. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is a vintage, uh, I believe 1990s Mew from Nintendo. Uh, this is like, it could be the rarest Pokemon minifigure that I've ever seen, if not the smallest. That's a dime that I'm holding right next to it, by the way. And there's a bunch of vintage Pokemon in there, or Pokemon that could be vintage, or that are close. Um, can't really see it, but it does say Nintendo right there. And I still have it, of course. It's right here. Oh crap! You can't see that at all, can you? My fault. Here. Okay, so there's the video, and it is on my YouTube. I put it up like 2 days ago, and it's already got 2,000 views. So that's why I was like, oh wow, I really gotta do something on Twitch, kind of connect this stuff. But it took me a few tries to get this video. The hardest part was getting the Pokeball to crack open without the little Pokemon going flying or anything. But look at that. That thing's incredible. It's like the only proportionally accurate Mew that I've ever seen, and the whole thing altogether is 1 inch tall. And as you can see, half of that is just the little stand it's sitting on. So, enough of a freebie. If you want to watch it more, go on my YouTube. Okay, so, uh, here, ooh, let me, make this bigger. Okay, so here it is. There's this. Um, let me get a light. Sorry about the lighting. Yeah, sorry. We'll start with this, and then I'll tell you more about uh, where it came from and what led me to buying it. But here, too much. Sorry about this. And I will be making more videos with it. You know, next video I'm working on is going to be Pokemon Bucket number 3. If you haven't been following my YouTube channel, lately what I've been doing is collecting Pokemon minifigures for reasons that aren't important, and I've amassed a huge collection. Uh, it's so big, in fact, I literally measure it by the bucket. Uh, that bucket right there with the Pokemon stickers on it, as a matter of fact. And this, I've done 2 buckets worth of videos already, and you can see all of that in a playlist. Uh, I think it's called Pokemon Minifigures. It's on my YouTube channel. There should be a link uh, on my Twitch page. And yeah, it would be really cool if I could just get the camera to see the little printing that it says. There's a copyright symbol and then Nintendo Pokemon right there. And I don't think it's going to show up very well through the bag on the camera. I don't know. Well, I tried. But yeah, okay, so there's that. Oh, let me get to these other things here. Yeah, it's because my monitor is it's super wide. Uh, Fix that. Do it this way. Oh, it's covering up the logo too. Sorry about this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So here's the here's some of the recent stuff. That was around Halloween. That's the other video. That's camping stuff, not really related. Uh, February. So you see, I've been doing this for a while. Okay. That's last December. Uh, Actually, I could show you this. We had a record full snowfall last year. That's how deep the snow was outside my house. That's Yeah, I am in Alaska. There's another picture of the backyard. That was a lot of snow. Anyway, so I don't know if it was late December or early January. It looks like this was taken on the 19th, so probably early January this year, I'm guessing. Started buying these, and I've been getting them on Amazon. Uh, so all the ones you'll see here are from Amazon, except for very recently, like last week, I started shopping on eBay. That Mew came from eBay, by the way. Like there, you won't find that on Amazon. They do have Mews, and you can see the Mews I got from there. There might be one in one of the pictures here somewhere. Okay. This one's kind of blurry. Oops. Oh, okay. Well, sorry about that. That's Dad looking for the garage door opener. So these are some of the early sets that I got, and as you can see here, there's some good quality ones in here, and this is about what you're gonna get. Like right. I got them on Amazon. See a Mega Absol there, a decent Mr. Mime, and what I did is I went on Amazon and typed in Pokemon minifigures, 3 words, and these are sets of 144. They come with 6 individual bags, uh, each with 24 in them, and each bag. Yeah, this is the same set right here. So this is me taking a picture of them overall. As you see, it's kind of blurry, but you can see there's like Onyx, Suicune, Articuno, 2 Suicunes. Yeah, that was the thing. In January, I was still getting repeats. Uh, there's a Gengar here. I think there's another Gengar in here somewhere. Uh, yeah, we'll talk about that more. And also, each bag has Pikachu. That's a Pichu right here. There's a Pikachu, Pikachu, Pikachu. Each bag will have a Pikachu in it, and the Pikachu's are at a little bit of a larger scale than the rest of them. And I think that's so that you can see them in the bag. Oh, see, I got 2 Articunos as well. Here's an Articuno. There's another Articuno. And none of that bothered me at the time. I mean, man, getting your first there's that other Gengar. 2 Gengars in the same bag. Yep, I was right. Yeah, I remember that. One here and another here. So a lot of the and 2 almost no, that's an Omastar. There's Omanyte and Omastar. And uh right. Anyway, but so this is back in January, and I first got it. I was so excited because I used to collect these things when I was a kid. Of course. Here's my you know, old vintage Pokeball. I'll probably talk more on a different stream about my personal experience collecting these from when I was a kid. Like right now, it's kind of overwhelming, and I'm just sort of sticking to the facts and what's gonna be like most relevant for new viewers to my channel. And people who just sort of wondering what the hell I'm doing and why, and just how it's going, and what it looks like when you actually buy these things. So, like, the first thing is a lot of repeats early on, back in January, and also some low qualities, uh, uh, mistakes. Like this here, we have a pink Machop. Where he's supposed to be gray. So, and I think this is that's a Marowak. Uh, kind of purple for some reason. And I think I see an albino Arctic Uno right there. Yeah, so if you and this guy, whatever his name is, Axel Axu, he's supposed to be green. Anywho, so this, like I said, it was on Amazon, and to me, it feels like Amazon got a lot of returns, uh, because that's one nice thing about Amazon, especially if you have Prime. It's really easy to return stuff, and so these likely all went back to the same Amazon warehouse where they came from, and you know what they're doing is trying to kind of resell them and get their money back, but it looks like they didn't have enough to make a complete set without duplicates. So this is what we kind of ended up with. And I kept them in the bags for a really long time. Here's some other, same set, just a little bit closer. There's the two Suicuns and Articunos again. Actually, these two bags I think are complete repeats. If you look closely, yeah, that's what it is. I see two Mewtwo's. These are, I believe, supposed to be Ninetaleses right here and right there. The thing is, you actually get one in your hand and count the tails. There's 7. Um, there could be all kinds of reasons for that. I'll probably will get into on a different stream. See, that's why I'm thinking of doing a series on every Monday about this, because right now I'm just a 2-hour stream, because I don't want to get too emotional about it. But it's gonna take more than one stream to talk about all of this. At the height of my collection, I had over 3,000 of these things, and that was around Halloween before I gave a bunch of them away. Uh, I don't know if I'll have time to talk about that on this stream, but here we're just, yeah, that's a better picture. You can see these two are identical bags, and this was all in one set. And this bag right here is another set that's completely unopened. So like you'll get all 6 bags in one big bag, and you're gonna have to open that up to see all the little ones in there that you didn't notice at first, like this Ghastly here sticking his little face out. And there are Mega Pokemon. I can see a Mega Absol in here. If you haven't figured it out by now, I've been out of the Pokemon game for quite a while. Uh, and I'm not the only one. It's kind of like that. There's a Silver Scyther. Like some of these are fun. You can see a nice cool Silver Scyther. Uh, I wouldn't call them shinies though. Okay, is this? I think this is a different set. No, this is more of the same one. I just flipped the bags over. So we have Absol here and Mega Absol, because these two bags are still the same. So yeah, as you can see, I just wanted to get a bunch of pictures. This was when I was just sort of started the first one, and it's like, so imagine me having like just bags of Pokemon on my desk, and like I want more, but I gotta go to work, you know. So I'd take pictures of these, and if work was too stressful, on my break, I'd just take out and look at them because I just could, it's hard to tear yourself away from it. It's really hard not to just, yeah, there's Haunter. Yeah, he was there too the whole time. So I had Ghastly, Haunter, and 2 Gengars. I mean, what luck. And some of these are uh, still in my collection. And I think even in the latest videos of the Bucket 2 final phase, you might see. I still got them on my desk here. That's what I'm looking at. Who was I looking at? That Mr. Mime could still be there. And this thing. Um, yeah. Okay, let's kind of move on. The next part. Yeah, closer details. Yeah, more of the same. I took all these pictures and then realized, oh, there's a Vulpix and another Mr. Mime. So like you'll see they have different quality Mr. Mimes in the same set, and that's because again I think this is uh, consolidated from returns. I think that this, yeah. So here's a different set. I can see a Sylveon here, and you know this. I'm taking these pictures at a time when I could not identify all the Pokemon in one bag. So this has been a learning process for me. Uh, you know, After this, I started buying these posters because I was thinking, how did I used to know this stuff. There was a time when I knew everything about Pokemon. Granted, that was at a time when there were fewer Pokemon to know about, but I learned this stuff. So I know it can be done, and I was like, well, how did I do it before? Well, I had these posters, and I had cards, and I had card catalogs, which they don't really make anymore. Actually, I might be thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh for the card catalogs, but there's these Pokédexes. They make these Pokédexes for each game that comes out. So I also went online and bought uh, one. I think I got one for each game, and sometimes they come with these posters. Uh, and one of those is the poster I'm using in the video. Look at these a little bit closer. So, at first I didn't know what would happen if I bought more than one set. Oh, there's Pinplup. I think that's still, I only have one of these. You know, uh, right here, it's the same one. I'm not going to pick it up because, you know, uh, it took a long time to get these, like, to stand up. But yeah, so, like, there was one Piplup left over, and I got it, and still have it. So, oh yeah, and I remember that Typhlosion. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, somebody painted this Typhlosion green. Possibly because they thought it might have been a grass type Pokemon. Maybe they thought that was supposed to be a flower. But that's actually supposed to be fire. Typhlosion's got these holes on its back that, shoot out fire. And yeah, that's a big thing with these, you know. These are all third party, by the way. None of these are from Nintendo, like that Mew. Also, they're sold on Amazon as like party favors and cake toppers, and when you find them, they don't actually say Pokemon. That's just how I found them through the search that I did. So that's important to keep in mind um, when you see these gray. I think that what is that? Maintrike, Electrike, Electrike, and then it evolves into Manectric. Still haven't gotten a Manectric that's the right color. See, this guy, uh, whose name I'm struggling with, is probably on this poster. I want to say Electrike. Yeah, Electrike evolves into Manectric. He's supposed to be green and evolves into someone that's supposed to be blue. Which, most Pokemon evolutions are pretty consistent in color, but the designers made a choice for that one. Okay, so that was one. Here's another one. And this is when I decided to start putting stickers on the different sets. Um, I stopped doing that eventually because I found out that uh, it doesn't really matter. They're pretty much the same Pokemon, but there's a good Ninetales. That's the Ninetales I'm using in the video. and that's one of the old school Ninetales is. They make these other ones. This one actually has nine tails, and that's why it's the one in the video. Even though the other ones, they could be considered higher quality if they had the right number of tails. But usually, when you see Ninetales, he's in that sitting position, and I think that has something to do with uh, uh, like a Japanese yokai legend of foxes, but like a nine-tailed fox in the actual lore, I think they like grow a new tail every 10 years or something like that. So like that's where sort of that legend comes from, is that they don't die, they live forever, and every decade they grow another tail. So a nine-tailed fox would be almost 100 years old, or maybe they die at 100. I don't know. That's something I need to look up for a later stream. But whatever the case is with that, Ninetales, the Pokemon, always has nine tails. They don't grow more tails as they get older. Although they can live to be over 150 years old. I think the episode where they introduced Ninetales on the show, that was the thing. It was living in this house for like 100 years by itself. And I got a Scizor, but or Scizor, but it's brown. And a lot of these sets with stickers on them stayed closed for a really long time. Here's the first Mew I got. As you can see, it's totally different. It's not a good angle. Maybe one of these other pictures is a better angle of it. Uh, I don't see it. Oh, here's a Mewtwo, a Mega Mewtwo. I don't see the Mew. And a gray Manectrix, like I was talking about, right there in the same bag as the Piplup. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing I'm dealing with here. I mean, there's over there's over 900 Pokemon these days. Um, yeah, there it is. Maybe one of the next, because there was a detail about that Mew. Yeah, here it is. You can't see it in the pictures, not these pictures anyway. Yeah, that Ludicolo was the only one I had for a long time. I think I have two now. And then we have this pink Abomasnow and this kind of a hot pink Mr. Mime. So I've seen like several different Mr. Mimes, uh, and they're all different from the one that I had as a kid, which I was really proud of. And if I had known how rare they would become, I would have kept it. I never did get a full set, which I'm sure was my goal, at the time. But there's a whole thing about they were very difficult to get back then too. And there's a brown Manectric. He's supposed to be blue, which already feels like the wrong color. But I've seen blue Manectrics. I just haven't got one yet. And when I say I've seen them, I mean in pictures online. You know, and there's another Mr. Mime and a albino Articuno that I talked about before. And if you want to collect these things, you know, the biggest risk with buying more than one bag is that you will get doubles. As you can see, that didn't bother me very much. You know, doubles are great for they make great gifts and they're good for trades. You know, somebody who doesn't have any Pokemon would still look, would usually love to get one. Uh, if you're looking to give away Pokemon, if you want to share them, my advice for that is start by asking someone who's your favorite Pokemon. You know, if people, if people want to start a conversation about Pokemon, that's usually where it will start. It's either that or a new game comes out that people, will bring up in conversation. Which is kind of another reason why I'm talking about all this now, because Scarlet and Violet just came out, and I'm excited to see what that's gonna do to Pokemon, because I don't know, to Pokemon minifigures. I mean, I don't know if they'll start making new stuff, but I'm also excited to see a lot of the Pokemon from the old days that I don't have, are still in the game. Like Donphan, for example. I've got Fanpiece, but I haven't gotten a Donphan yet. That would be really nice. Oh, okay. So this is after I opened a set, and this is my first sort of picture of them all laid out. Here's the Pikachu's. So it looks like about a set and a half right here. And so this is, hold on, where are we here now? Still, okay, so this is in February, so there's a bit of a time jump between these. So I had these on my desk, mostly in bags, for about a month before I even started opening them. So that's a pretty solid amount of time to not open your Pokemon, I'm just saying. I mean, but eventually I did, and I got these pictures. So let's look at this. There's the Ninetales, and there's the Black Delcatty that I had in my videos for a long time. You can see the main metric. Is my cursor on the screen? Okay, good. Because I just remembered I had that turned off before. Ludicolo and Piplup, and this, yeah, like if you see here, back in February, you know, yeah, there's a fair number of uh, defective ones. I wish I could call them shinies, but they're not. This is somebody, like what was I looking at? Like a black Alakazam, is it's not a shiny. I think somebody just put the wrong color. I want to say resin in the machine. I think these are well, they're plastic, but I think it's resin. Uh, yeah, Pinplup's still here. This, I don't know what's going on with this. This, I think, was somebody messed up. That was, I believe, is supposed to be one of the Mega Charizards, but it came out with the wrong number of horns. It's supposed to have three, but like the one in the center got split into two, and it's not supposed to be yellow at all. But it's there with all of these, and that's a brown Charmeleon right in front of it. You can kind of see there's the horn and its little tail. But if you go all the way back to the beginning of the playlist, you will see these Pokemon. Oh, there's the Mew. There he is. So um, it's got a spot on its head that I do believe I showed on this stream at some point in the past. It's got like a spot of like paint, or like, I don't know what that is, but it's like pink, and it's got this uh, a, a factory defect on it. But that was the first Mew I ever got. And okay, I think what I did here was I had all of the bags that I had gathered for a month. I think the goal was actually to open as few bags as possible and still get at least one of every one that I had available. Because, I've been taking all of these pictures and trying to visualize it in my mind. Uh, 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 you know, how worth it is it? Like, was this worth it? How big of a collection did I get? There's the first one. Then I think I opened more. Yeah, I went through all of them just to see, what's the minimum number of bags you'd have to open to get a full set with as few doubles as possible. Keeping in mind there's a Pikachu in every bag. So so however many Pikachus you see here, that's how many bags I opened. And, you know, at that point, I was not worried about um, the quality of them because I hadn't really decided what to do with them yet. This is before I sort of decided to put them on YouTube. I think I hadn't even gotten the Pokédexes yet. I was just kind of looking. And, so at the time when I took this picture, I could not tell you who most of these Pokemon were. For a long time I thought these ones were different Pokemon, but they're actually, I think, the same one. Oh, wait, what did it come up with? Like, yeah, I thought, yeah, they're the same ones, but from different companies. Um, which I didn't know until I got the one that I thought this one was. And, that's kind of just the reality of collecting these things. Oh, but this Slaking, he's still here. I haven't gotten any other Slakings, even though that one's not totally a correct color. And yeah, man, it's taking more time than I thought because there's this whole thing, like this whole area right here, this Growlithe, this Arcanine. They've been bugging me a lot, and you know, I'm okay to talk about that now because I already took care of it. I went on eBay and found um the Arcanine I was looking for and a Growlithe that's much much more acceptable. It's much better. I mean, and I'll talk about where they came from and why I got them later. Well, they were on eBay, um, and uh, I'll even show you the Arcanine right now, as a matter of fact. So here, let me enlarge my camera. Okay, so this is the vintage Pokemon I've been getting on eBay, or mostly vintage. And okay, so where I got this Arcanine, uh, well, I should say the reason I got it was because I think uh, there's a chance it might actually be the exact same Arcanine I had as a kid, and that's part of the reason why this has been bothering me. Uh, so as you can see right there, it's way better than the Arcanine you can see in the picture. Um, where is it? Is that it? Here, it's kind of right there, so you can't quite see. And here I'll just grab the one. So right now, this Arcanine is the highest quality one I have, and in a lot of ways it's better. It's a better model. It's just that like the base color needs to be orange. That's the only thing. Like it's painted in all the right places, and the model itself is an improvement, I would say. It stands up on its own and everything. This Arcanon that I found, I only found it because I was looking for it because I just had solid memories in my head of Arcanine. And the reason I say it's the same one is because of this tiny spot of damage on its tail, which I remember on my Arcanine, and I don't know if that's normal damage or if it's the exact same one. Did you see that little spot? It could just be that all of these Arcanines, and this is one of the pencil topper ones, in case you didn't know. So that's the distinction. The best Arcanines are the ones, or the quote-unquote pencil topper Pokemon, and I'll probably talk more about those at a later time too. But yeah, that and the Mew are out of everything. Well, and of course, obviously the Raichus are really what's been going on. Here's the Growlithe too. Just a quick look. That's what they're supposed to look like. Like yeah, but that was really, really bothering me on a personal level because it's a really great Pokemon. But yeah. Anyway, and like I've got just so many of these, and like you know, I mean like I'll still use them in the video because I want the videos to be accurate. Yeah, because you can see here I went with one of the gray Machops instead of that pink one that was in the bag. So definitely looking at this was something I was trying to get like I said, trying to get as many as I could while still opening as few bags as possible. This is how many bags were left over. As you can see, they look better. I mean, like, more colorful, and there's ones in here, that are clearly at higher quality. Well, I think so anyway. I mean, a specific example doesn't leap to mind, but just, took a picture of this with the general, you know, acknowledgement that there could be some in there that would be like trade ups to me. And of course, I eventually decided to open up all of those bags anyway. Um, I'm looking for Mr. Mime. Here it is. So here, right down here, you can see this is one of the lower or lowest quality Mr. Mimes. Here, right in this picture, there's a higher quality one. So just like in theory, if this were my entire collection and somebody had one of these, that would be an example of one that I would want to trade for. So ooh, look at that Bulbasaur. Sorry. So okay, that's the same pile. And this is again all of them at the time. And there's some in there that are good quality. I see a Teddiursa. Yeah, so like some of these on top are probably ones that had just come in the mail. And there's another Mega Charizard. But no regular Charizards yet. They did show up eventually. There's a nice Rayquaza. Okay. And then it looks like I opened a few more after further inspection, possibly. Yeah, because the Mr. Mime there. And there's a Vulpix is here now. And a Ghastly and a Haunter. So this took a long time. This wasn't like, it was something I did overnight. Okay, and here, yep, right, February 28th, right around here is where I decided to get the video. So somewhere around here, I must have gotten those Pokédexes in the mail because this poster came from a Pokédex. And it's literally been on my desk since February. I've had it on my desk this whole time, and it's actually getting kind of tattered. I've spilled coffee on it and everything, but oh my gosh, look at it. Like, yeah, I did that. I did do that. I did. Oh, there's my Switch. I put a poster on my desk and just put all the Pokemon on it that I could. So, This container right here is came with one set, or a set came with that container, however you want to put it. And I've got two of those now, which is where I normally keep my core collection. But you know, I made this I made a video from this. You know, first I took a picture. You know, uh, oh gosh, it looks so empty now compared to what I can see on my desk. You know, here, let me. Ah, yeah, that's why I didn't want it. But yeah, look at it. Look at that. You know, right, right. Okay, and so from there, I decided to make the video. I mean, and this, you know, all this stuff I did with my phone, all of these pictures and videos you see here. And at the time, I thought this poster had the most Pokemon on it, but there's not. There's another poster uh, that I couldn't find on Amazon, but I did find it on eBay. There's a poster that has 898 Pokemon on it, and I don't think it'll fit on this desk. But I'm gonna get one of those and start using those, or start using that. I'll probably get a couple of them because I now know that doing this is fun and useful and it's definitely worth it, but it's not good for the poster. Like that, like it's just not good to keep a poster. Okay, so there's like a few videos here. Some of these are probably might just be failed attempts. I don't remember which one of these is the one that ended up on YouTube. Probably not this one that lasts 2 seconds. And I'm gonna say probably this one. But yeah, like Blastoise, I've gotten two Blastoises the whole time since January, and that that's one of them. This is before we had Squirtles, before we had Charizard, or even Red Charmeleons, and there's so there's so few compared to how many I have now. But I'm going so slow. See, there's an Arcanine that's not painted. You can see there's a difference between that and the one I got now. There's that Mew I was talking about with the weird spot on its head. That's that model is what the Mews look like, but they're most of them are white actually, which is it's technically incorrect. Oh, and that Bellossom's got a flower that's damaged. But yeah, Mew's fur actually is white, but it's microscopic. So what the pinkish hue that you see on Mew's is actually his flesh that you can see through the white fur. So that's kind of a specific shade of pink. It's just a very very almost white with just the slightest bit of pink in it. Still only got blue Turtwigs, and the blue Turtwigs, you know, with those, I'm not sure what happened. I'm thinking somebody thought they were Squirtles, or at the very least, somebody probably thought they were Water type Pokemon because they're turtles, and most turtle Pokemon are Water types, and most Water types are blue. But they actually painted the twig correctly. Um, it's just that Pokemon's supposed to be green. And yeah, I'm looking at these now. Like, I'm so happy to have all of these due. I mean, I don't know how many I had to sort through to get this video made. You know, I definitely took my time with it the first time and make sure you could do everything. Some of the other videos, kind of a little blurry. You kind of went through them a little quickly. Gosh, and like all of these ones, this pink thing right here, I think that's actually what you call a Mytiena. Because I saw that exact same model, but it was uh, gray and black, the way, and that's when I recognized it. So there's a couple of videos here that uh, have mistakes like that on them, but this is the first. This video is like the first one of its nature on YouTube. There's that Charizard, and that other Charizard, that Blastoise. This is the first time I've done this, and with this video, my goal was to make the kind of video that I would have wanted to see when I was a kid, uh, and I was collecting these things. That's my computer. I hate this Pikachu. I hate it. Uh, so uh, well, yeah, that was at work. I work at a probably don't have Savers. It's a thrift store chain. I work for the local branch, and this Pikachu came in there, and I hate it. First of all, I hate Pokemon when they're wearing people clothes. That's first of all. Second of all, why is Pikachu wearing a hoodie? This Pokemon's never been to a gym in its life. Why is it wearing a hoodie? Second of all, no. Thirdly, it's wearing a hoodie that's a Pokeball. And Pikachu famously hates his Pokeball. Why would he wear a hoodie that feels like a Pokeball? And like, it's not even part of the toy. You could take that thing off, but it's sewed on. I hate it. I hate this thing. I took a picture of it because of how much I hate it. I just wanted to make fun of it. For the record, my favorite Pokemon is Raichu. And, like, Pikachu doesn't need an excuse to feel cute. Pikachu knows that it's cute. Like, I hate this. That was a tree that fell over in our front yard. Shame. But it happened. Here, okay, so this is July. So this was March. I was taking pictures. Yeah, this is after I got the posters up. Oh, that's from Titans. Yeah, this is my computer. Like I said, the screen's really wide. That's why I got these issues uh, with the thing that you saw earlier about. So this was, yeah, this is, I put them back in their little containers. And then there's a little pile there. That's about, I think, all I had left. Yeah, this is just me trying to get the whole, because I can't get it all in one picture. My didgeridoo, my other didgeridoo, my printer, my Raichu, 7-star Dragon Ball I found a while ago. Then we're back to this, okay. So that's that. Tree fell over in July. Here, in summertime, importantly, is where I got my first Squirtle and Charizard. I remember this set because I was really, really excited about it. Because I had a friend at work who wanted Squirtle, and somewhere around here, after I started opening them, I was also that's about when I started giving them to people. Like I said, a good way to start that conversation is just by asking who's your favorite Pokemon, and sometimes they say, well, I don't have a favorite Pokemon. And just, my advice is just don't accept that as an answer because it's bullshit and you know it. Like, you do have a favorite Pokemon. It's Pikachu, unless otherwise specified. It's been over 20 years, been almost 30 years, okay? I'm not having this I don't have a favorite Pokemon argument, okay? Just shut up. Yes, you do, okay? Do you know who Pikachu is? Do you know what he looks like? Do you know what he does? Then that's your favorite Pokemon, okay? If you can't name any others. And, most of the people I asked had a favorite Pokemon. And that's what this stuff up here is, with the pictures. We'll get to that later. Yeah, I got like an hour left here. So, so for like, yeah, yeah, March, April, May, June. So for 3 months, I was looking for a Squirtle. 3 months. Look at that time jump. Putting up with shit like this, you know, just to get this. Look at that. That's all one set. Same set that had Squirtle and Primeape, looks like. Also had Charizard. And that green thing next to it is a defective uh, Tentacool. It's not supposed to be green. And we'll talk about this later. This is a whole thing. Uh, but then, still, with these, all these Turtwigs are blue. Look at that. Like, what? Yeah, I think I had to take this picture, uh, to text to somebody just so I could talk about it, and there's it next to a Pepsi can. And that Squirtle did stand up all by itself. And the reason that there's a Squirtle here and another Squirtle in this bag is because I only got this. See, I had stopped. I had gotten all of this. I had made my video, and I was done. I shopped around. I'd seen in pictures of all the pictures of the places where I got these things had in them Pokemon that I didn't have yet, and I knew that. You know, but you know, I also knew that just because it's in the picture doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get that when you order it from Amazon, because the bags are all totally random. And what I had learned back in January is that, when they get returns, they sell those before, they get new stuff. And it takes a few months to apparently for them to sell off all of those returns. So if you're gonna buy this stuff from Amazon, do what I did and please don't return them. I mean, feel free to send in a bad review, but if you return them, they're just gonna sell them to somebody else. You know, that green tentacle right here, it's gonna be green for millions of years. Okay, but if somebody has no Pokemon, that's a fine gift. I mean, I can get into this more later, but even back in the old days, when they were making the original, uh, pencil topper Pokemon, at the same time those were being made, there were also tons of them being made that were not painted and that were just generic blank colors. I mean, you can go online and find them on eBay, and they're still highly collectible. It's just that everybody likes these better because they look better. But the point is, again, doubles, even defective Pokemon. You know, uh, before I did have a gray Electrike, and here in this bag I have a green one. So a Pokemon is better than no Pokemon. It's just when Turtwig after Turtwig is blue, like clearly something is wrong on the other end of it, on the manufacturing side. That's a Squirtle. These are Turtwigs. And it's a little confusing because they're both starter Pokemon. And if somebody's mom calls up the manufacturer and says, I want the turtle one, it's one of the starters, it's the turtle one, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the turtle one. So this is Squirtle, this is Turtwig. Uh, Turtwig is a turtle. So you got Squirtle here. He's a turtle with a squirrel tail, and he also has squirrel-like eyes. Turtwig's eyes are more like a turtle, and so with Squirtle we have squirrel, turtle, Squirtle. Turtwig, there's a pun here, but it's actually because Turtwig's got this twig on its head that it's wearing as a wig, so he's a turtle with a twig wig, so Turtwig. It's not as clever as Squirtle. Look, Turtwig's no Squirtle, but it's a grass type starter, so it's not meant to replace Squirtle anyway. Um, who's the actual? Oh yeah, it's Pinplup. Pinplup's the water one, the penguin one. If you saw a Turtwig next to a Pinplup and a Chimchar, it would be more obvious which one is supposed to be the grass type. Here's where I got the bucket. You know, yeah, that's where the bucket came into it. There were a lot fewer stickers on it back then. Let me back up a little bit. So I got these Squirtles. Squirtle was one of the first requests. Uh, like before I even asked anybody what their favorite Pokemon is. Squirtle's just that popular. Um, Although it's worth saying it is mostly women where I work. But anyway, and Squirtle's kind of hard to argue with as far as cuteness. I mean, it's a real contender. Out of the three starter Pokemon from the original set, Squirtle is the one that looks the most like a baby. So, not surprising. A lot of women and mothers, especially, tend to love Squirtle. Turtwig, not so much. Not unless you're just really into turtles. Anyway, this Squirtle. So, what it was a review. I was shopping, looking at stuff, like I was saying, looking at the pictures. Once in a blue moon, a review will show up on these. And there was actually a video review. Somebody else got a Squirtle before I did, and they were so excited about it they actually made like a 1 minute video for the review. And it was only because I saw that Squirtle that I decided to take another chance and buy more Pokemon. So that person making a review and showing that Squirtles are still, real, as they say, and that there were some that I could get. This was also the first time that I decided to buy two sets instead of just one because I'm doing the mental math here. Like, I have a friend who wants Squirtle, but I want Squirtle, because I want all of them. This person kind of doesn't care about any other Pokemon but Squirtle. That's their choice. But so anyway, so yeah, so from March on into July, all the way into July, all the way up till March, I was getting Pokemon that I'm pretty sure were leftovers. But around summertime, it turns out these things are popular, and they are sold as party favors, so it makes sense that they would get popular uh, in summertime. And these ones are, a lot of them just visibly better quality. I mean, just look at the bag; it looks so much more bright and vibrant, and and you can see through the plastic. Some fan favorites. I think that's a Torchic. Primate. I think that's an Elekid. Maybe I don't know. And that's when I already had the bucket, but I'd opened up so many, and these are all doubles, you know, um, and then all of these bags I knew were doubles too. This is when I really, was sort of like getting the hang of it. And, my problem at this point was more about storage. The stickers came with the. Where did I get the stickers? They came with this. There's a Raichu card binder that came with a bunch of stickers. I still haven't organized my Pokemon cards yet. I'm working on it. There's a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna get into this. This is on the boat. That's a raft model my dad made. There's a boat next to the garage. It's not really Pokemon related. Here's where this set right here. After I'd gotten those Squirtles and everything, I was like, okay, do I stop or do I keep going? And this is oh my gosh, this is all the way in August, and I'm getting frustrated because I hadn't gone. This is all the camping I did this year, right here, pretty much, or the closest to camping I got is we took the boat out. We discovered it was taking on water, and then that was kind of the end of our plans. You know, um, so um, I like I said, I'd gotten the Squirtles. I'd made a video. Um, yeah, I made the first video before I'd done the buckets, and I was kind of thinking like, should I stop here? Because I forgot to mention this, but all the whole time while I'm looking at these on Amazon, I'm also checking them out on a website called Alibaba.com, which is a website that you have to be a business to buy from. And I am a business. I have a business license for this. You know, uh, I said these reasons are unimportant, but this is all sort of a market research for potential business endeavors in the future. And at any time, I could uh, contact the people on Alibaba directly and ask them to make some things. I could ask them how they make this or that. Kind of cut out the middleman of Amazon, as it is, as it were. Um, That was kind of the decision I was struggling with around this time because I had already thought I might have to do that just to get Squirtle. Because it's kind of like, well, no Squirtle, this whole thing is falling apart. Like, that's the one people are asking for, and it's one I don't have. So, like, so I was just kind of thinking about it, deciding how big of a problem that was going to be. And while this is going on, like I said, I bought that set with the Squirtle in it because I believed there was a high chance of getting a Squirtle because of a review that I saw. But when you go online and onto Amazon and search for these things, what you'll find is lots of different sellers. Uh, they're called brands on Amazon, and lots of different brands selling the same thing, sort of. And what happens is they'll spring up, sell just the Pokemon, and then they'll shut down. So if they get any reviews, those reviews disappear with that whole company or likely just warehouse or whatever it is. So you know, at that point, from my perspective, it's a lot of just looking at pictures, trying to see what's, you know, what's new, what's the same, how are they, you know, advertising this, how are they selling these. Um, Forget what exactly led to this, but I bought this one and was very pleased with it. Just, you know, uh, looking at it, there's a Venomoth in there. You know, there's a Weasel. There's a Registeel that's actually gray. There's a Rhyhorn. Like all of these, like this whole bag. There's even another Squirtle in it. The whole bag is visually better. And as you can see, there's another one of these bags, which is sort of the low quality ones still. So like that bag, I open, you know, I open that one and I get pretty much the same sort of ones that you saw in the earlier uh, pics. The difference is there's still the same quality, but there's no repeats. There's no duplicates in the same set, which that alone makes it worth it. I mean, the thing is on Amazon, you don't know if you're gonna get a high quality set or a low quality set. So you know you just kind of have to be, uh, you know, you're just gonna have to manage your expectations and be prepared. You know that you might not get what you want. And just for the record, I did all of this shopping and never got one Raichu. Never, not one single Raichu ever. Big, you know, that was the first thing I was looking for on eBay, or one of the first things. You know, so I had the bucket, and you know, wasn't I? You know, I was still shopping, but not really taking pictures around here because it was summertime and I wanted to be outside. Um, so you'll go on. So if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see a VR video where I actually attached a VR camera to the bucket itself. Uh, as I dumped it all out on, you know, I put this blanket down, and then I dumped it all out, and then you know, there's a whole. I mean, I spent like 3 hours on Twitch just making this pile right here. That's a short one. Yeah, I believe this video is also in the playlist. It's me, you know. Look at that. Look. I've been talking about this. Not one blue one. You know, and this is the whole thing sort of organized into one pile. Oh, they're scattered a little bit. Yeah, I mean that is a lot of Pokemon. Yeah, it is. It's a lot. Um, so you know, I think also this is around the time when I started advertising 50 Pokemon per stream. You know, so I'm opening, that's 2 bags of Pokemon plus 2 uh, Pokemon from my core collection on every stream. Not doing that on this stream, cause, but so I had 2 bags opened every time I streamed, plus whatever bag I might have to open to get that special Pokemon for, you know, whoever I was talking to at work who wanted one. And then, you know, all of the rest of that. This is about 1,700 Pokemon, I think, was the first bucket, which is way more than the bucket will actually hold. So, like, the bucket was overflowing by, like, about that much. And, you know, because I was kind of holding out on this, kind of procrastinating a little. And then here on this side is all the little unique ones. But yeah, that set that I just showed you of the high quality, that's where this white Mew came from. And that's a big part of why I was so excited to make this video. And as you can see over here, I even slowed down a lot in the video. Again, this is all with my phone. There's red Charmeleons, you know, Bulbasaur's in here. Yeah. You can see so much. And then there was a whole... And then I did another phase where I took this same pile and kind of separated it out. Oh my god, my shadow is covering this whole thing. You can barely see the Umbreon, but it's there. Okay. And then I've even got the rest of my collection separated there. And that, so. And so this is what happened next. This is that same pile, but now you can see, here's a bunch of Pikachus. And even the ones that were in here are now all down here. You can even see that was the one Kabutops from my original collection, and the Flareon and Togepi. You know, that Togepi is also the only one of its kind I've ever seen. Like, this Mew and that Togepi are probably the two rarest Pokemon that I have. Oh, this is back when I only had one Mega Venusaur. But that was when I still thought it was a regular Venusaur. Because I never played that game. I didn't know about, well, I knew about Mega Pokemon, but I didn't notice that one was one. Okay. Yeah, we got time for another video. And this, you know, I did it all on the floor. You know, that was all right here. It took about 3 hours to sort that first pile. And then, yeah, see, I got these problems with these Entei as well. Like, they're supposed to have these little wings. Anyway. And, you know, there's a clear difference in the Aerodactyls. Aerodactyls, they're in the corner. You know, and it was also kind of hard sorting out through these. Like, some of them are obvious, like out of that pile of Ekinses. You know, one of them was better than the others. But then there's a lot of them where it's really, really close. You know, there's a lot of just, you know, singles in there. There's the Aerodactyls again. And, you know, yeah, I mean, just a lot of this was just kind of deciding how to organize this, because this is a, you know, a kind of a collection that, you know, just I've never had one on this scale before. You know, when I was collecting them as a kid, I didn't buy doubles on purpose. You know, if I already had one, I would buy a different one. So it was a lot easier to organize them, to kind of visually and mentally kind of keep in my head what I had. Gosh, oh my goodness. Yeah, and I got all of these. I put them uh in a playlist. And you know, pretty much all of these have mistakes in them. I think this video. Oh gosh, look at that Zubat. Yeah, that's my vintage Zubat next to one of the new ones. And you know, Zubat is one, like, I've seen a couple of these uh online. Mostly, yeah, I've seen also a few people selling Golbats. Um, thinking maybe they're Zubats. The one I have is another one of those. I believe another one of those quote unquote pencil topper Pokemon. And Zubat is kind of a hard, like, design to get right. I'm really proud of mine because it's actually one of the better Zubats. It's just Zubat doesn't have eyes, but its ears are designed to look like its eyes. And in that design, the you know it never really quite worked. It doesn't really work in the game or on the show or anywhere. It's only in certain pictures of Zubat from a certain angle where if you know look at it a certain way, the eyes kind of look or the ears kind of look like eyes. But then Zubat evolves into Golbat, and Golbat has eyes and feet for that matter, and it's kind of confusing. And it's one of the you know kind of a design flaw from the original set. Zubat's you know like I said, kind of a hard one to get down because of that. It's a visual kind of visual storytelling that doesn't exactly play because bats they have echolocation and they see with their ears, but the like but if the ears looked any more like eyes, then they wouldn't look like ears anymore, and that's kind of a balance they had to strike in there. But I really like my Zubat because it's one where the design's kind of convincing. I think on my Zubat the ears came out pretty well. I don't know if that's too small. I can't see it. Anyway, so moving along, out at some point I did get a bunch of these capsules, and yeah, so this was in September, and my birthday's in September, so that means this huge pile of Pokemon was on the floor during my birthday, and a couple of days later I made this video. So this is mm, excuse me. This is bucket number one, final phase, also on my YouTube channel. And okay, so it's not too blurry on here, but I tried to go slow, but I mean, honestly, I'm excited, and I'm not the best cameraman, and I don't have a Pokedex order for these guys. And there's mistakes. You can see earlier in the video I put a Mega Venusaur where Venusaur is supposed to go, even though I got the other Mega Pokemon over here to the side. This Eevee is from my original collection. That Eevee is actually, um, that's from a special Eevee playset. There was a time when these minifigures were popular, but too expensive. There was a time when they were making these. I don't know who. I think Hasbro or maybe Bandai or somebody was making these play sets for certain Pokemon, and Eevee was one of them. And if you paid like I don't know, 15, $20, you get that one figure, and then you get a little play set, about this big that opens up, and it's got like little trees and a rock in it or something, and as if you're gonna play with Eevee in that thing, like it's like a dollhouse, which is like, I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to just sell it with a Pokeball, like they're doing nowadays? But uh, anyway, man, I really should have cleaned my desk before I made this video, because there's like crumbs on it. Oh my gosh. Well, it's done. I mean, you don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. Gosh, oh man, and so for each Pokemon that you see here, I had to compare it to however many other ones there were, and I decided that these were the highest quality ones for this video. And look at that poster compared to the one I showed you earlier. Definitely more full, a lot closer to where it is now. So this is bucket number one. I had the first one, which I think is just called New Mons underscore one. I think I did two of those videos, and I just kept the second one for YouTube, kind of like this. I do a practice one, then I made a better one. And this is after these capsules arrived, and I was still trying to decide what to do with them. You can see there's the Mega Venusaur. I still don't know what that is yet, apparently, at the time of this picture. But these capsules I thought would be big enough for two, but I could easily fit uh, three or four in there. This was me deciding if they would make good Halloween treats or not. And this is, oh yeah, okay. So now we're into October. Yeah, this was September. This was me getting a really rare achievement in Gauntlet. 100, yeah, no, 15,000 demons with one hero. I got that with Lilith, the necromancer character in that game. That's just me bragging. So here's some, not all, but some of the people that got Pokemon from me at work. Um, these were just the people that remembered to bring their Pokemon. Well, okay, so uh, what my idea was, uh, because I'd been giving Pokemon out to people, and I was starting to think, how can I use this to make more views? Because this video was getting a lot of views. Whatever I put out there, it got like 100 views in the first week, which had never happened to me before. So I was going crazy, and I was just like, oh my god, what do I do next? What do I do next? So I went back to all the people that I had given Pokemon to already, and I asked them if they would take a picture of themselves with the Pokemon and post it on Twitter with the hashtag say Eevee, because how when you say cheese you smile, and when you say Eevee, so these people are smiling, they're all saying Eevee. I made them all say Eevee. um yeah, here's what the Pokeballs look like. That was my first set of the Pokeballs that I bought, which, yeah, that happened first. So yeah, after I made the video, okay, yeah, after I made this video, then I bought a pack of like 180, or no, like 150 or whatever of these capsules. After I did that, that's when I started noticing these Pokeballs on Amazon, and they were selling them as Pokeballs with mystery Pokemon inside. So the only way to know is to buy one, and I did. And this is the first one that I got. And as you can see, first of all, I got Meryl, who I did not have in that video. So here was one that, like, okay, here's one I didn't have before. I mean, that's part of the thing about making these videos that I learned, is that by the time I get this video made and out there, since I have more Pokemon, the next Pokemon bag that I buy might have one in it that I didn't have before. And I got that, and I was like, well, shit, I mean, I have to make another video now. I just did all of that. It was like, what, like 3 weeks of work just to get that one video, and then with one Pokemon, that video's now obsolete. That, and I did notice two Pokemon with factory defects in them. These Pokemon are both supposed to be purple. You know, it's not that big a deal. The model is high quality, okay, and the details are on there correctly. This, I don't know. I suppose they're printing these out. Like, these are decals, or they're made or they're just printed right onto the figure by a machine. I don't know, but they look amazing. The only problem is that the material's the wrong color. But having said that, Gengar and Haunter are both ghost type Pokemon who can change colors if they want to, so this is a totally acceptable box. You know, honestly, you get a Charmeleon and a Charizard, and a Haunter and a Gengar if you want. You know, that's a pretty good, pretty solid uh box. Okay, and then of course I discovered a Pancham that I already had and a Swampert that came in the very next set. But it also came with this that's actually a Clefairy. Kind of looks weird. It's sitting on top of I think a Ninetales or something, but that's a Clefairy. No, sorry, a Clefable. That's a Clefable with pink wings. A red Clefable with pink wings. I still got a few of those lying around. But a Pancham. I think this one came with the set, or it's the one I already had. But at some point, see, at this point, I still have some in the bags and some out of the bags, and all it takes is one that I missed. Yeah, see, there they are. There's the bag, and there's all. This is bucket number two, uh, which does contain some Pokemon from bucket number one, because that was before I bought these tubs here. Now that I got those, I can keep them separate, so that this next bucket was totally emptied, you know, before I started filling it back up. So, so there's that, and yeah, that was for Halloween. So, right, like I said, this video was getting popular, and I knew I was gonna make another one because of this. So then I went back to the people at work, and right, so I asked them, uh, would you do a pic? Would you take a picture of yourself with the Pokemon, smiling, and with the hashtag say Eevee? Because I hadn't gotten any Eevees yet. I have not gotten one Eevee, which is weird, because Eevee's really popular, almost as popular as Pikachu. And this person actually asked for Eevee when I asked what their favorite Pokemon was. That's why they got a Sylveon. Anyway, um, and these people don't have Twitter. And when I came up with this idea, it was right. I think it was after Elon Musk said he was gonna buy Twitter, but like around the time when he was starting to back out of it, because like he did research and he found out Twitter's like almost all bots. So you know, then he said he wasn't gonna do it. Then he said he was gonna do it, and now it's all weird. And I don't know if hashtag say Eevee is still even like clever or even like worth it. But I wanted to use these pictures anyway, so I got them here. This is me wearing my Halloween costume and trying to make a serious face at the same time. Uh, so anyway, this person likes Jigglypuff, um, and also really did not want to be in the picture. It was actually on their way home that day because they were feeling bad. I think this person got that Sylveon the exact same day, and I had to take two pictures because it fell down. So like this person got their that's like a brand new Sylveon to them. This person, it's a little bit of a sad story, but that's not their first Bulbasaur. Um, See, I had given that one I given this person a Bulbasaur like the week before, and all these people. This person was keeping their Pokemon in their purse. This one, I'd given it to them the same day, so it was still in their locker. This person brought their Bulbasaur back from home and kept it in their locker, but it actually went missing before I got a chance to get that a picture of them with it. So this is not the same Bulbasaur they had. That's why you can see they're kind of looking at it and not the camera. Uh, yeah, like I got her to say Eevee, but she's a little sad because that one got. This person absolutely refused to be in the picture, but uh, they got the other Blastoise, so now down to one Blastoise, and that's on me because that was me trying to keep them all in the bags, and You pick up a bag with a Blastoise in it. You pick up 10 more bags, then you pick up another bag, and you don't realize it's the same one. But I'm glad I got this picture because this is back when I still thought that was a Venusaur. So, like, yeah, this person's favorite Pokemon was Blastoise. So they got the Blastoise. And they said their boyfriend likes Charizard, and I had a few Charizards. I had that one in the bag, and then I was starting to get some in the Pokeballs. I gave them a blast. Yeah, no, I gave them the Blastoise and the Tyranitar first because I didn't have Charizard yet. So I'm like Tyranitar. Um, and then they came back and said, "Oh, my boyfriend likes Charizard." So I was like, "Okay, fine, I got Charizards now." And then of course it was, "Hey, we got Blastoise and Charizard. It'd be really cool if we had a Venusaur, because then we'd have the whole first set." And I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure I got some Venusaurs." So I picked that one out before having no idea. This, yeah. Anyway, and then later, how did I find out? Oh, right, I remember what it was. So I got a Blaziken. I got Yeah. So like I've been putting Mega Blaziken where Blaziken was supposed to go. I think I have a picture of this later. Yeah, this happened. Got that Mega Blaziken and Blaziken in the same bag, and I knew something was up. So I looked it up in the Pokedex thing, and then I had to go back in my records, and I was like, wait, did I give away the one Venusaur I'll ever have? No, no. As you can see, this one's got a flower on its head. It's ironic. The Venusaurs are actually a little bit bigger than that, but because of the scale of these things, you know, they make up like the bigger Pokemon actually end up being smaller, so they can like kind of put more details on them. So it just kind of came out like that. But yeah, I don't think the people that make these make a Venusaur, because the only Venusaurs I found are uh vintage ones. Anyway, this was a Pokemon emergency. This was somebody's birthday. Um, Somebody who's actually not a Pokemon fan, but uh, I didn't even know it was their birthday until people started saying, happy birthday in the morning, and then actually had to, I actually kind of had to ask around a little bit. Uh, some of the guys at work. None of the guys remembered their Pokemon, by the way, and there was like three girls who forgot. You know, it kind of sucked because one person had a Charmander, and then it could have got and other people had Squirtles, but like yeah, we didn't get all of them, and then I kind of gave up on the idea because of the whole Twitter thing. Oh, and I do have TikTok. I made a TikTok account recently, uh, but it's my phone won't upload videos to TikTok right now, so that's why I don't have any TikTok content. It's not that I'm against TikTok. It's just my phone's kind of old, and I don't know. It's just not. It just doesn't seem to want to do it anyway. So I asked around uh, people that kind of work with this person. Yeah, I thought, who do you think their favorite Pokemon would be? And um, at first I thought um, uh, Sandshrew or maybe Onyx. But the other people there said Geodude. And then I kind of thought about it and I was like, yeah, you're probably right. I might have been avoiding Geodude because I have no golems. I've got Geodudes and Gravelers, but they don't have golems. You know. Then I thought, well, it's still a start. So I mean, I was thinking, something sturdy, like a rock type Pokemon, and especially one that's immune to Pikachu's electric type attacks, right? I mean, because if you're not a Pokemon fan by now, you don't give a damn about Pikachu. And Geodude, that's a good choice. That's a decent first Pokemon to have. I told the guy a little bit about Geodude. Told him that is one of the more popular Pokemon because that was one of Brock's Pokemon from the original show. And Brock is my favorite human character from the show. I just think he's cool. He's really knowledgeable about Pokemon. He's a gym leader, former gym leader with this like heartrending backstory, and it just always tickles me whenever he sees a pretty girl and how he's the only character who's like memorized all the different uh, Nurse Joys and Officer Jennies like just by a glance, that kind of thing. You know, uh, yeah, and importantly, he was the uh, first trainer that really kicked Pikachu's ass. I mean, like Ash went into that battle all wrong, all cocky, and fucked around and found out. And that yeah, Pikachu pretty much didn't stand a chance. So this is a picture of me being Squirtle serious. I don't think that translates very well. That's my serious face while trying to be in a Squirtle suit. This is a tweet I made. Just like there's three Pokemon in it that aren't in that video, and that was when I knew I had to make another video. And this is when I took my vacation. I paid vacation time from work. This is what I did with it. What the hell was I watching? Cyberpunk? Oh yeah, Cyberpunk and Cabinet of Curiosities came out that same week, so that was a lot of fun for me. And the Pokemon card stack getting bigger. Uh, I got these tubs finally. They're filled with unopened Pokemon bags here, and that's that bucket. Which is still just leftover stuff mostly from bucket number one. And this stuff, I had taken these ones off the top and I was showing them on my screen for the 50 Pokemon per stream, and then I realized that would take forever at the rate I'm going. So I had a week off from work, and I just decided to just go for it. You know, uh, the pictures of the bucket, and this is what I was doing, making so I went through and selected out all the ones that I was prepared to give away. My first mistake was buying the candy before I knew how much would fit in there. First, I think I got four Pokemon in each capsule, including one Pikachu. And the only candies that would fit in there are the bite-size candies and these warheads were the only ones that would fit in the capsules with the Pokemon. Like these Twix bars and Airheads were way too big. Um, I did put this out on my porch, but you know, uh, yeah, there it is. Well, not really a porch, just a front step. And we don't actually use the front door here. Uh, just my parents' rule. We always use the back door. And also I personally forgot to put a light out. I forgot you're supposed to do that because we haven't had trick or treaters here in years. Uh, there's not really kids on this street that I know of, and it's cold. As you can see, this is October 31st, and there's snow on the ground. It's Alaska, and there's never not been snow on the ground for Halloween in every year that I can remember. But I put a sign on the bucket. that says, Happy Halloween. Take as many as you want. Well, take one capsule, and then there's also just Lucy's in there that you can just have as many as you want. All of the ones that all the ones I could find that were the wrong color or that had uh, what I'd call defects from the factory. I just went ahead and put all of those in there. And uh, okay, here's the end result. Let me see if I can remember. So, so this bucket you see up here with the square stickers on it, that's all the defective ones I got. So it was not really that bad. This is all of them total. You got not even a full tub of defectives, and then these ones are high quality and low quality. you know. So just as a general sorting thing, anything like this brown growlithe, this star you, even some of them I was being a little generous because I knew these were gonna get thrown away. I mean, this nine tails, I talked about it earlier. You can decide for yourself if that's defective or not. But some of these and like these uh crap, what is that? Embor? No, that's Pignite. Yeah, that's not what. Yeah, I got a lot of Pignites that looked like that, but you know, and those are fine if you haven't seen these, and that's because that's how I started. This is like after 10 months of collecting these things, I know that when you have none, uh, a little three-eyed oddish, is not a bad deal. And these ones, like there's some in there that are only in there because of comparisons I wanted to make. Like this Dendine. All the ones I got were yellow, and Dendine's brown. I mean, this is how many I could have sent back, but I just decided not to. And then if you want to look at these, what I'm calling the low quality ones, again, they're not that bad. Like really, these are all passable. It's just that the ones that I wanted for the video are only the absolute highest quality ones. Ones that, sort of have the wow factor, the ones with the most details and the most accurate details, you know. Um Ones that went in here are ones that if they're defective, you probably wouldn't notice. Like a blue Tentacruel, that's fine. I mean, it's a water Pokemon and you can tell what it is, but if it was red, I would put it in here. There's some more accurately colored ones in here. Can't really see any, but they're in there. And this is just for organization purposes. So I took all of these and just filled the this tub, like all of those ones in this bucket up here up front are all in there mixed in with the candy. And then these ones in the capsules are from the low quality bins. And then the Pikachus, of course, are all high quality. Like all the Pikachus are high quality, so there's at least one high quality in each of these capsules, and then two uh, medium qualities, and then the low qualities are there, like a pink Golbat. You know, it's fine for trick or treaters. If you're just gonna fill your uh, trick or treat bag or whatever. And this is the first set I got after that. And in here, there's Numel. So this was the first Numel I got. So already after organizing, and this was when I had that 3,000 Pokemon I was telling you about. Like it's kind of funny. It looks like so few of them when you put them in these tubs compared to the overflowing bucket, but this is about 3,000 Pokemon in this picture right here. Believe it or not. And I still got a little. I still got. I got rid of most of that. One bucket is already full of new unopened Pokemon. Well, still in the bags, so there's still plenty more to go through. That's about the last of what I've gotten from Amazon. Like I said, I've kind of pivoted to eBay now because I think I got about everything you can get from Amazon. Look at that. That's 131 Pikachus plus the one in my collection and my one original Pikachu, my vintage Pikachu, I should say. So there was 133 Pikachus in this room. Anyway, and then these, I actually tweeted these out, and I said anybody who can tell me which of these Pokemon I didn't already have in my collection, I would give you all of these. And then here's my duplicate set because I always buy two sets. And this is, yeah, around this time they started selling them in sets of 48 and 72. This is a 72 piece set where I bought two of them because, just in case. Because, if there's one in there that I didn't have, now I have two of them. And this is just the cost. And these are all high quality. It's nice to get a nice, where everyone in the bag is a high quality Pokemon. Some of them just better than what I had in the video. Even like these new Clefairies are nice. There's a nice. There's an. I think that Abomasnow might be missing an arm though. So that's another reason to get two if you're gonna get any. It's like, yeah, because like, getting doubles is not bad. It just means that you've got a good one and a bad one. And for bucket number 2, I decided not to do the VR one. That one only got like 15 views or something. I think you have to download something like some kind of app. I forget, but you think you have to download something in order to get uh, the VR thing where you can look around and zoom in and stuff. And I can tell by the Aerodactyls, this is bucket number 2, and as you can see, the Pokemon in it are just better. So you can really feel the progress. Same blanket, but different Pokemon. And you can look at this and hopefully imagine a little bit of what I had to go through to get these videos made. Oh man, I'm going over my self-imposed time limit. Again, all this stuff's on YouTube. Go ahead, watch them, like, subscribe for free. My YouTube channel is not monetized and never will be monetized because there's content on there that I can't monetize, like all my Dragon Ball Z stuff. So feel free to subscribe. Feel free to tell all your friends and have them subscribe too. You won't get charged, not by me, not unless YouTube changes all of their rules for no reason. You know, and you'll get tons of great content like this. All the really important stuff I do does end up on YouTube, or I try to make sure it ends up on YouTube. Oh my god. Oh, that's a lot of Pokemon. It's still just still some like all by themselves. Yeah, for this bucket I also included my core collection so we could see everything all together. So that's why there's like one Miltank here. And this Togepi got put in with the other Togepis. Yeah, and you can see like some of them they're obvious and there's a difference in quality. And others there's not. And sometimes sometimes the new ones will come out and they're better, but there's like one detail that the older ones did better. It'll be something like, like these new Articunos come out and oh, they're great, but ooh, Articuno's eyes actually are supposed to be red. But like these eyes are better. They're the wrong color, and the tail is painted, and the feet are painted, and it's clearly a better Pokemon. You know, and but sometimes it's close. Sometimes oh God. And like I said, there's a whole thing with the Rapidashes, the Ponytas. It's a whole thing. I'm gonna have to get into that maybe next week or the week after, some other time, I guess. Okay, getting pretty close to the end here. Good, so we have about 5 minutes left. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is when I got Flareon. Okay, so I'll probably want to lead with this next week, but Flareon, hard to get. I was looking for Eevees, and I got really close with this set. This was a special set of Pokemon. It was a set of 144, but what was different about it was it came with Pokeballs. With these Pokeballs, actually, the big ones they have a hinge on them like this. These are actually pretty high quality Pokeballs, and it comes with 15 custom Pokeballs like this. You know, but this Pokeball was clearly not made for these figures. So it was just something they were trying to do to kind of sell some stuff. But let me show you this. Look at that Pidgeot. So happy. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, that's my Pidgeot. That's my Pidgeot. But then look, wait, see it? See what's in there? Okay, look again. I mean, this bag is so great. I just had to make this. That was a day when I was supposed to be streaming, but I didn't because there was like a Dragon Ball Fighters tournament that I wanted to watch. But I had just gotten this set maybe that day or the day before, and there's just some things you just can't be contained. I mean, look at this one bag. Look, there's so much. These are high qualities. Like I mean, they make the ones that I had as high qualities look like medium qualities. You know what I mean? I mean, this Dialga, look at it. Even that Mewtwo's more accurate. The Primeape is more accurate. Same exact, figure model. Same exact details as far as the decals or whatever this is. But it was still more accurate because of the colors. And look, we got this Swampert and this Samurott right there in the same bag. All of this great stuff in one bag. And I think this picture, I just wanted to get that Flareon in there. Two evolutions right in the same bag too, which is also rare. And these guys, the Luxios. What's interesting about this is not only did it come with Pokeballs, and the same set with the Blaziken and the Mega Blaziken, and that's when I learned, and I had to, had to learn some stuff. I posted that, and then I made this video with the Pidgeot and the Raikou when I already had Entei and Suicune. Like, oh my god. Raichu's maybe my third favorite legendary. If I'm honest, it goes Mew, then Mewtwo, then Raikou. But like Raikou is one that I could catch it and not bother catching the other two and still be fine with it. And this Pidgeot I was looking for was really good. There's some nice stuff in there. The Caterpie, you know, really great. And I don't know if you noticed this about it, but this whole set actually, each bag came with two Pikachus in it. So Pokeballs and double Pikachus in each bag, but it's still worth it because these are really high quality Pokemon. And I think that was one of the last sets from Amazon that I got, and then this marks the beginning of the eBay stuff. And I even have more stuff from eBay coming in today if it does come in here pretty quick, I might even pop back on and do another stream for some unboxing. I might do that, or maybe not. I mean, like, it won't be a surprise unboxing like thing, like, cause I already know exactly what I'm gonna get. But you know, I thought about doing unboxings for these other sets, but to tell you the truth, I can't wait that long. When I get a new set of Pokemon, I want to see what's in them right away. You know, maybe one of these days I'll try to save stuff for a time when I'm actually streaming, scheduled to stream. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. I felt like that's a good place to start, to show you just the records I've been keeping all these Pokemon, and letting you know just an overview of all this stuff. Uh, this is, that I've been through, that I've done to get all of this. That was a record snowfall in Fairbanks, Alaska. And the rest of this has to be some kind of a record too. I mean, like, damn, right? Look at all that. But yeah, okay. So I feel like that's a good place to stop. A lot of juicy information there. Go ahead and digest that at your own pace, and I'll see you either next Sunday for more Kakarot, or Monday for more of this. Um, yeah, we'll see. Oh, wait. Yeah, here we go. Looking at the wrong cursor. Okay. Well, that's it for this week. Bye. See you later.